think EG come out ahead in the fights. So there's a little bit of pressure on them, I want to say, but let's see how they put their lanes first, because that's something we're not completely certain about. For EG, we've got PPD playing as Lion, Boots first, so looking to aggress. Fear will be playing as the Slark with a golden jaw. Universe onto X. Sumail will indeed be playing as Brewmaster. And finally Chen, Aoi 2000.
Big surprises there. And for MVP, we have Forev.
Nice helmet for Rev.
Playing the Juggernaut. His icons are not...
He actually has the full set apart from the sword.
Yeah, and as a result, he doesn't have the custom icons, so it sucks. QO is going to be playing the Troll Warlord. Ryzen on the Silencer. I'm sorry, the Shadow Shaman. Keen is going to be on the Silencer, and March on the Viper. So they didn't pick up the Initiator that I thought they would, but they do get another great pusher in Troll Warlord. And you're right, if they want to do split pushing, they're in all likelihood going to do much better than EG in that regard, at least. But the laning stage is going to be super important for EG, I feel. And with a Chen, it's going to help them quite a bit. Because this hero didn't really get buffed for the early game, but he has lasting power now, and that's something to fear for sure. No pun intended. This is the new sword for Jug.
Yep.
Yeah.
We saw it earlier today.
It's too bad it overtakes the... Oh no, he has the... Wait, he has a couple of the icons actually. He has the healing ward and the crit.
The battle begins.
I think the crit is tied to the helmet.
They split them. It's so weird that they did that. I don't know why.
The crit is tied to the helmet, the ward is tied to the ward, and then the Blade Fury and Omni Slash are tied to the weapon, I think. So, kind of strange. Anyway, these lanes for MVP, kind of odd laning, to be honest. I thought they would put the Viper mid to dominate either that Brew or Slark, but they're going to play Troll there, who I also think should beat Brew, so that I guess that's okay. Then they're running a Juggernaut Silencer off lane.
Talk about synergy.
Not really sure what Silencer's going to be doing here. He can harass away the Slark with Glaives of Wisdom and help denying the lane, which is, I mean, for now it's good because Fear doesn't dare going close, but here comes PPD. And that's gonna change things a bit. They're gonna
reaction on
force out the pounce.
He pounces out, he'll be fine.
Oh, I mean, so far it's actually fairly useful. The problem is when Chen starts coming in, I don't know how much they can do. But at the end of the day, the alternative would be to put Silencer top and have him pulling, which they could do. But if this secures Juggernaut a better offlane, might be actually
I think it's fine. And Silencer should be getting levels here as well.
And this curse is annoying for Slark. That might have been the best thing about this choice is that Fear cannot even aggress without mana. And we're already pretty much there. When he curses him again, he's going to be out of mana. He only has a stick, no clarities. There's one clarity in PvP that he could give to his teammate. But the laning stage...
There's the curse of the Silent yet again. It's only on Fear. If it was on PvP, he'd cast his spell from simultaneously, so he's good to go. And at this point, you're right. Fear, no mana at all. Does PPD have any styles? He has one, but by that time, there's going to be another Curse of Silence with his name on it. As we miss first blood in mid. Good job, Syndrin. Sumail taking out the Troll Warlord. You said the Troll should win that lane.
I would definitely not have checked that lane for first blood.
That is really odd.
The way it looked with where Troll died, he died up in the enemy cliff. I think he tried to go... He went in for the kill on Sumail. There might have been a dodge or two, or he could have timed the Drunken Haze very well. And he might have been in tower range, too, if you look at it. I think QO just overextended. And that's unfortunate, because he was actually winning the lane. But giving the first blood away to Brew gives him a very nice start to the game, of course. The other lanes heavily in MVP's favor as well. Juggernaut is out-farming the Slark, and the Viper is totally dominating top. So this is a really good start for MVP, apart from that first blood. Probably the biggest laning stage advantage we've had in the tournament so far, 2 minutes.
Yeah, things are looking really good overall. QO takes another Thunderclap to the face and just returns the favor with the Whirling Axes. They did not change the Berserker's Rage icon yet, have they? That's interesting. Universe gets... These illusions are actually... I'm trying to think of who gets better use of illusions early on in Axe. I don't know if there is anybody, because that is pretty disgusting that Counter Helix works on them, and you can just use that to harass.
I actually think he's the best hero with illusions level 1. Again, you know, if he gets to use them, right? It's still melee illusions, which is a weakness, but if you're, for example, jungling, you can do 2 camps at once with Illus, which is pretty amazing. And he's still being annoying in this top lane, pushing it out with the Illu. Does get a kill. Yeah, that's a nice rune pickup for him. Gonna get him level 3.5. But still...
It's a tough lane for him.
Zero against CS.
Yeah,
he is
to be expected, though. And not a huge surprise overall. Bottom lane, another Curse of the Silent used onto Fear. He is just so annoyed with the Silencer right now. He's forced to use Hex onto Forev. but nothing's come of it. Right now, 1-0 advantage for EG. There's more action in mid. The blind is doing a lot of work against Sumail. Don't know if Kyo can finish him off. He can't. Not quite in range for a couple more right clicks. Of course, the evasion is something to keep in mind, and Drunken Haze is probably going to be... It probably has been spammed. They both have blinds of sorts, I guess.
Yeah. That might have been that first blood. Unfortunately, we didn't see it, but it could have just been, you know, one blind against the other, and they played the percentage game, and Brew won. Let's see. What's the blind on Whirling X's melee on the 1? Because that's what he would have had. I think it's...
The blind?
40?
Oh, it's ranged right now.
I think it's 40 on the 1. I can't remember. And Drunken Haze is a 45 blind, and he has a 10% dodge.
Mm-hmm.
So if you just want to do the math, if they fight each other head-on, and they're both blinded, I think Brew wins that battle. And he was also on his cliff next to the tower, so... That could have been what happened. He might have got lucky. He might have also just outplayed QO, but... Regardless, QO will be getting this rune. Oh, there's a haste for Sumail. Opens up for some potential bot. He could go there right away. They actually don't have vision of him, and he is going to pop the haste. In comes Owie.
Owie, they wanted Silencer, but they're going to try to go onto the Blade Fury Juggernaut. So no magic damage for him. Sumail, there's the Thunderclap right after the Blade Fury finishes, and they should be able to finish this off. And down he goes. Healing Word just a little bit too late. Don't think it would have made a big difference, to be honest, as it is only level 1. So 2-0 advantage for EG. Looking at the last hits, Viper at the top of the charts with 29 and 12. I mean, it's weird that EG's getting the kills, but they're losing the top. And it looks pretty drastic in that department.
They're actually really far behind in this game with 2 kills. They're 1,500 gold behind 4 minutes in with kills. And it's... One thing Owie has generally been good at in the past on Chen is... deciding whether to farm or whether to gank and making the right call. And I think in this game, ganking as he has done was this one time was necessary, but he hasn't managed to stack the camps in the jungle that much. There's one stack on this camp, but one of them is mud golems, so that's not really useful. And the other camps are singles. So the reason he wants to stack it is that... what the hell?
Do they blink usually? Is that just me that they never blink and he's blinking?
You might have different graphic settings, I don't know. I think they use really good. It looks weird.
Let's see Chen. Chen has no actual eyeballs.
But the thing about Chen here is that if he had stacked the camps a couple of times, he would have been able to tornado farm and probably be closing in on level 6 already. I know it sounds very early on, being level 6 at 4.5 with Chen, but it is possible if you get a triple stack and then tornado it down with a Wild Wing. But without the stacks, this isn't going too fast. And usually when we talk about games with a jungling support against 2 lane support... God damn it.
He's not blinking either.
Or against 2 lane supports, we usually consider the jungler an advantage, though. He will get more farm than the lane supports. But Chen isn't really ahead, even. He's 15 gold ahead of Silencer. Never mind, Silencer got last hit. He's behind, and 100 gold ahead of Shadow Shaman. So Aoi needs to find some farm, or EG are going to lose on the early game. He's going to stack now, one time, and then, or he actually double stacks, which is very nice. He pulls 1 camp to the left with the creeps and stacks the big one, and there's the tornado. So Aoi will be doing this 2 camps in a row, I think, to get his level 6. But that means while he does that, it's obviously more safety bottom lane for
mid lane, Whirling Axis connects, but so does the Thunderclap, and that's going to force QO back. Very close to getting that kill. Of course, the wand charge was available for Sumail, and that's why he was able to live through that engagement.
Lots of pauses.
We can go through the rest of the heroes to see if they're... Oh, Lion blinks. That's 2 heroes so far. Brewmaster. Do they just forget to make heroes blink? Is that what it is? Like, he's just dead inside. He's so drunk he forgot how to blink. Axe, you can't see his eyes here.
Oh, you can if you tell. There we go.
It's not blinking.
Axe doesn't blink.
That's
mid lane!
Never noticed.
Close call. Ryzen tried to get in for a Hex, didn't get it. And now Sumail is just going to run in. It's a bait, though.
He wants it. His ult is available. Now he doesn't have mana for it because he used his Drunken Brawler. By that, I mean Drunken Haze. He pops his wand against it. Has available if need be. And I'm sure that MVP can see that. QO playing really ballsy here. Has no mana at the moment. Rune will be up in 8 seconds, and Ryzen's going to try to secure it, but there is this pesky tomato.
You know what's going to happen? It's going to shack. It's going to be a regen spawning bottom now. Oh, close.
Okay, close. DD. Very close. They're going to try to clean up the tomato.
I was right, there was a rune.
Under attack.
Good job. 50% chance. You should go to Vegas with that luck. Man, If anybody was here, that's the easiest kill of their lives.
You know it's 100% chance,
so
right?
greedy. I thought you meant an actual rune, not a bounty. I don't
Just a rune general.
Rune.
50%. That's a couple of patches ago. But yeah. So
Well, like when you're pubbing and you're like, all right, rune's top. That means the actual rune, the non-bounty.
you always say which runes top.
I don't say that. I just say rune's top.
See, that's why people don't like you.
No. Look, okay, I don't want to get into this anymore, but let's say I don't have vision over top. I go bottom. I get the bounty rune. I say rune's top.
No, then you said there was a bounty rune bottom.
I hate you so much. It hurts me inside.
Seriously, though, why wouldn't you?
No.
It's like you tell your team there's a rune top and they don't know which one it is,
they
but you just
know.
found a bounty.
They know that it's not the bounty rune top.
You're wrong, I'm right. Okay, so... Damn it, Shannon.
Mid lane. The undercut on QO as he runs away.
Oh, he's
Primal
gonna use
Split
the
is
split.
popped. He's going to have a little bit of backup, but PPD's now here.
Good shackle.
He's attempting to run away. The boulder will be up in 1 second. Is he going to be able to juke it? Nope, there it comes. And the Fire Panda should be enough to... Oh, he actually jukes himself a bit. One more right click from the Fire Panda should do it. But the bottom click can keep him alive. He's actually going to live through this. March is here as well. They're going to try to take out Sumail. He has absolutely no mana. One right click will finish off Troll. He's going really deep. And Sumail ends up falling.
Did he get hit by that attack, or did it miss?
I don't know.
Because that was a sick gamble if it missed.
It was a gamble, and bottom lane, more gambles are being had. Juggernaut puts his healing ward down along with the Blade Priest. He's going to keep him alive. Fear not able to get close enough to this healing ward, so he's going to get back to basically full HP, even though it's only level 1. Is he going stats as well? I don't think he is, actually. Okay, now he just did. He just put stats in right now. Oh, pounce.
Really nice pounce by Fear.
Omni slash onto Fear. It's not going to be enough for the kill because of the ultimate from Fear. So you cannot see him no matter how hard you try. Top lane, QO.
Dyer's
Thinking about defending this.
This is a strong push.
But yeah, this is you talked about Hearthstone a bit before. This is the zoo of Dota 2. It's Chen these days.
Dota Zoo.
Dota Zoo. This is Chen's zoo deck. It's a tomato and 2 saviors. He has 1 more to go, and then if you get Ags, you can get the legendary Ancient Creep.
Dyer's
How about
middle
that?
tower is under attack.
That's actually a pretty good analogy for that.
For once, I have a good analogy. Sumail's going to pick up the bounty. Rune stop, guys. It was already taken.
Yeah,
I don't know
bounty
what it
rune
was.
bottom.
Rune stop somewhere. Not sure what it was.
That wasn't.
Pale's going to connect on Troll Warlord. Bane's on his way as well. Clap will actually hit. I'm surprised that was in range. Viper Strike used to take it out.
Whoa, okay.
That was pretty hardcore.
That's some serious hate. He pretty much had it already with the poison attacks.
For sure.
He just
Bottom
got
lane,
mad.
the right click battles continue as Fear has, well, he only has 3 Essence Shift charges at the moment.
Forev needs to be careful.
Gets pounced, but the healing ward is still there. He's really in no danger, and Fear's the one to go down in the end.
In no danger? That was pretty close.
No, he's got healing ward. You can't die.
Okay.
Plain and simple. Although it's still, is it still level 1? It is.
I think that would be an ultimate if you couldn't die while under it. That would be pretty sick.
Yeah.
It's like, what's that remind me of? What's that spell called in Warcraft 3? Big Bad Voodoo or something? The Shadow, the one that Shadow Shamans... What's that hero called in Warcraft 3? The original.
Shadow Priest?
No, it's not called that.
What? It's not?
Is it called Shadow Shaman? I can't even remember. I don't think that's
It's not
the
Shadow
name.
Shaman. It's
No.
Shadow Priest. Are you talking about like the Dazzle equivalent?
No, okay, so the model of Shadow Shaman in
Oh,
Warcraft
the Shadow
3.
Shaman. It's Rasta.
Yeah, what's that hero called?
Oh, I don't know. I don't remember. Is it called? Universe going to apply.
I think it's called Shadow Shaman.
Battle Hunger. It's only level 1, so he's going to get that slow applied. That's the value point right there.
Oh,
Sader's trying to do as much damage as possible. They're going to go down in the end. Impale's going to connect on Ryzen. Universe, everybody is silenced thanks to the global silence, but the right clicks will commence. March gets Berserker Call, and Axe just runs away. PPD going to get back thanks to Test of Fate. The Omni Slash is enough to take him out, though. That was actually extremely close.
He got a little bit cocky there. There was a very short amount of time until he was sent back because it was a level 2 test of faith, and he thought he could go in and just bait something out and do a bit of damage, and Forev is just on his face.
Sumail gets off the Drunken Haze and is forced to pop the Primal Split as a defensive measure. That's never something you want to do as a Brewmaster. So as a result, he's going to
might get a kill.
do as much damage as possible. But PPD somehow spawned in that span of time. Has the Impale ready, already used.
Radiant's top tower
Now the
is under
Hex,
attack.
but the Silence is there in addition, thanks to Silencer himself, Sumail. I feel like he's been low HP the whole game.
Yeah,
Radiant's top
QO is
tower
playing.
is under
He's a
attack.
very skilled mechanical player, and he's always playing aggressively. And it's the right way to play against the Brewmaster. He's won the lane. I think Sumail is still doing a really good job
Radiant's
sitting at
middle
45.
tower is under attack.
Wait, what's that? Is that a Midas? Okay. Well, he is a farm-oriented player, but this is not that often we see that on solo mid-brew. This is going to be a late blink. Maybe they're relying on Blink on X to come up first. Universe is sitting with Tranquils in 1100, so he could be getting that within not too long, but this still means that for the next few minutes, MVP are far ahead when it comes to teamfight presence. Without a Blink Dagger on Brew, it's going to be difficult for them to get in. To be honest, even with it, there's still Global Silence. There's still a Hex from Shadow Shaman. And now a mech on the Viper.
PPD, you, sir, are in some trouble. He gets the sheep off, and the Impale will miss. With the tree, nothing will happen. Mid lane, a defense mounted by 2 Wild Wing Rippers, as well as a TP support from Sumail. Fervor stacks onto the tower. Can't underestimate that.
Those tornadoes are
in denial.
Oh, QO, good Impale.
Impale's going to fake for PPD along with the Battle Hunger. He's going to try to go for the kill on PPD. Whirling Axes do hit.
Radiant's
Look how
top
aggressive
tower
he
is
is.
under
He
attack.
is, like, it's to the point of, I don't know, like, you know he has backup, and they assume he has backup based on that aggression, and it's been...
So you can use that against them for the rest of the game.
Yeah.
They're going to think there's backup every time now.
Yeah, that's how it goes, bro.
Playing like that can actually be very powerful sometimes.
Or
Radiant structures
very fail
are
at times.
fortified.
Fortifications popped
That's
for EG. Looks like the tower's going to go the way of MVP with no denial. No
Dyer's
denial of
bottom
service
tower
attack
is under attack.
by EG. Omnislash is going to miss. It's going to hit one time, obviously. PPD should go down to the Blade Fear. It's going to be close, though. He pops his wand and the sheep. Impale to follow, I'm sure. Doesn't even have to actually get the kill. The TP support is here. Forever has to fall back. Universe gets the Battle Hunger. Nice healing word's going to keep him alive. It is a level 2, so it's a little bit better than before. But there, Culling Blade finishes the Lion off.
Oh my
God.
He died to one range creep that he aggroed when he attacked
Dyer's
the
middle
Juggernaut
tower
that was
is under
next to him.
attack.
That was really unfortunate.
Poor
Radiant
Lion.
structures
As
are
Slark
fortified.
does manage to get a solo kill on the Shadow
Radiant's
Shaman.
bottom
Looks like a little
tower
bit of an
is under
overextension
attack.
into the jungle, but MVP is still in a good position to push the tier 1. There's a good vision here. As Fear really wants to die.
No using ultimate. His hit shot is not nearly enough to keep him alive. Global Silence pops a male. Has very low mana to speak of. Global Primal Split now after that wand.
He's too far away, and he can't catch
Dyer's
up to them
top
because he has
tower
Midas.
has
No
fallen.
blink.
But Midas doesn't allow you to blink.
Nope. That would be really good. That would probably be the highest value item in the game.
Yeah.
By far.
Blink Dagger now on Axe. Juggernaut has the Mask of Madness. So expect the next level to go into, well, after Omnislash, to go into the crit to finish that bad boy off. And with that, he can go for Roche basically solo.
He can solo Roche now. Yep. He needs a Quelling Blade, though, which he might
Value
pick up if he
Quelling
wants to do
Blade.
that. But regardless, Juggernaut gets really scary.
As well as Primal Split. Not sure if that was completely needed. Actually, the mech is there. March. He's a pesky,
They don't get
pesky
this
kill. They should get him. With the stuns from Brewmaster.
Close.
I swear to God they're going to get him,
Stick.
Cinder. And I
He has
swear to
stick.
God. I swear to God. Oh my God, that is unbelievable.
That's gotta hurt.
How
They
is
used
that
2
possible?
ultimates and that Viper didn't get him, and now they're on the
Radiant's
retreat. They have to
middle
TP
tower is
out,
under
both
attack.
reporting. They will be making it out, but this is at the cost of their tower. There's no way they can hold this
Yeah.
now. However, Owie and Fear did manage to take down Forev's Juggernaut, and we'll be pushing
Radiant's
for the tier
middle
2.
tower is under attack.
So we're going to see a trade-off of sorts.
Dyer's
Triple
top
Wild Wing
tower
Ripper
is under attack.
and a Tomato hitting away at the
Dyer's
tower.
structures are fortified.
And they do have... They don't have
Radiant's
Glyph.
bottom tower
So that
is
one's
under
gone.
attack.
Probably going to see MVP try to TP top and hold this. They don't want to give
Radiant's
away
bottom
this tier 2.
tower
There's the
is
Troll Port.
fallen.
Fear breaks away from the pack.
Dyer's
And it's so
top
crazy.
tower
Owie
is
can just
under
TP
attack.
home or do that.
I don't understand what that was for, though.
No, that was a little weird, actually.
He blinked at like 50 feet in front of themselves. I thought he was going to TP back and then test the fate.
Yeah,
but
that's what I was thinking too.
mind games, Cinderin. That's all it is. It's
They think
mind
the
games.
creeps are in base now.
Yeah, exactly. They didn't see the 50,
Radiant's
the
bottom
50
tower
range blink.
is under attack.
By the way, I want to point out how aggressive and how good MVP's warding is right now. They have a ward inside the Radiant jungle. They have another one inside the Radiant jungle watching toward the mid lane and the crossroads down to the big camp, upwards to the right. And they have one spotting the river area. So if they wanted to go for this Roche, as it looks like right now, they will see EG coming in, no matter what direction they come in from, unless they smoke. And, well, Even if EG knew it now, they're too late.
Yeah, no minus armor needed, just attack speed will suffice.
Juggernaut, Troll, and Mass Serpent Wards. This is as easy as a Roche.
Invis rune is popped. I expect Kyo to take this and pursue to the enemy jungle and perhaps set up another kill. We'll see. He picks up a Blink Dagger, by the way. We've seen this before.
This is
time and time
actually
again.
really good for MVP that he has an Invis, because EG saw the other heroes moving through their own ward. So Kyo will easily get an opening, because EG will not expect anyone to be there.
It's a tough hero to kill.
Question is if he finds the right one. Oh, he did use... that's not...
Sumail's Primal Split is up in 1 second, now available.
Who got the blink? Oh, the Troll, yeah.
3 Wild Wing Rippers and a Tomato will defend.
Yeah, good luck pushing
the tier 2. Yeah, that's super annoying. Fear's going to find Heen. Heen's going to TP out, and he'll be fine. But he does lose 2 stats, unfortunately.
Heen has a Midas on the songs. So it looks like MVP are planning toward the mid-late game, which I would also favor their line a bit, to be honest. Even though they're playing against the Slark, they have Troll and Juggernaut and a Silencer with Midas getting core items, as well as a Viper. And EG's heroes don't scale into the late game. Brewmaster falls off. Chen really falls off. Lion can
Not
be
as
okay.
much as before. We have to
Not as much as before, but still, these creeps are like peanuts in the late game compared to...
Not the Ancients. Not the really hard-hitting Ancients. They're actually like big teddy bears.
X can also be decent, but it just doesn't compare. I think MVP realized that they're in that position, and because of that, they get the Midas on the Silencer, and they'll just farm up safely.
Yeah, they're just gonna chill. That's the best way to put it.
Yep.
Lothar's now on Slark, and by that I mean the Shadow Blade, of course. So something to...
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
The Ancients that he can take over. Is he actually going to go for Aghanim Scepter this game? I mean, this is a hero that does get decent farm if you allow him to, and AUI is one of the best in the world, if not the best, at getting farm on Chen. So I'll expect that maybe not in the very near future, but before this game is over for sure.
Unless it just...
However, the games where he gets good farm, he's usually not level 8 at minute 18. It's going to be difficult to catch up and get that big farm because the map is falling apart. They're losing their tier 1s now. This is the last tier 1 to be claimed by...
Denial!
Nope.
Radiant's top tower has fallen.
Viper does get it.
Universe looking to initiate onto March. Wants some more creeps to work with. Doesn't want to give up his position. Here we go. He blinks in, Berserker's Call, trying to bring him back to his teammates, but there's the global silence, and PPDs can take a Viper Strike to the back of the head. He's going to be useless in all likelihood for the rest of his fight. Omni-Slash finishes him off. Universe, in the meantime, stuck in the wrong place at the wrong time with the Circle Ward. What was sent back to Chen?
QO bottom. He's going to be taken down by Fear. He does have the Aegis. This is big if EG can get 2 kills on him. I don't think they will.
This is up.
TP support from Silence. Instant blink out by QO. Dodges the Dark Pact. Pounce is still up.
Wants to go further.
So it's a 2-for-1, ultimately. And because of their aggression bottom, EG effectively stopped the push top, which could have started going for the tier 2, but not gonna happen.
Do you think he'll get a 4th Wild Wing Ripper if he has a chance? Do you think the Tomato takes a spill in favor of a 4th Tornado?
I think he should be looking to...
Tornado for Tomato. That's what we want to see, Owie.
Amazing dream. I think we should be looking for a little bit of variety in his flock. Would suggest the Troll, but Slark is like, nope, farming that one. I'm surprised they don't give 1 Troll to Owie. I would trade, if he wants the triple Tornado to defend towers, that's fine. But then I would probably trade the Hellbear for the Troll. The attack speed aura on the Hellbear, which we shouldn't forget that it has now, is good. But having that snare against a Troll that rushes in on you, or a Juggernaut, is extremely valuable. But we'll see if Owie decides to change it. I honestly don't feel like he's getting that much out of these Tornado creeps right now.
Haven't felt the presence of Sumail yet. Obviously, he got off to a slow start, went Midas before Blink. Now he has his Blink, obviously, with 600 gold to boot, along with that regen rune. But his ultimates have been used somewhat defensively. They tried to get that, even when it was used offensively, they haven't really come to fruition. Right into Universe, who gets that focus call off Sumail. Pops Primal Split into Impale from PPD. March, look how hard he has to do. Even takes a finger, but he's going to live through this. Universe now on the run, taking early access as well. Hand of God basically does nothing as PPD took 1 right click control and went to half HP. Gets the Impale off, he's going to live for now. Forev's going to pursue him. Triple Tornadoes, they're not fast enough. March, is he finally going to get taken down? It's a double crit for Sumail to accomplish that. Now Ryzen attempting to run here. He will actually fall to the last second pounce. Nicely done from EG. That was a very long engagement. I thought MVP were going to win that after Viper lived for so freaking long.
Yeah, but Juggernaut never got his ultimate off. There was no Jugger ulti, there were no Shadow Shaman words used, there was no global used, and EG on the other hand committed everything. So if you don't use your ultimates either because they're on cooldown, or I'm not sure exactly why they didn't use them, but they can't win a fight like that. Fear was allowed to run freely for the entire fight because they had to assist the Viper, and they committed quite a bit to killing off the Axe. And if you let a Slark run freely like that at the end of the fight, you're going to be losing heroes one way or the other. So EG just better focus on that fight, better spell usage, or more spell usage if they simply had more to play around with. But it's going to be harder next time around. Viper now, full Aghanim Scepter ready.
If he wasn't hard enough to kill before, this is... God.
Yeah. He's only level 11 as well.
It seems like he's tankier than he should be. I don't know. Troll in the meantime picks up a Vlad's, has an Ogre Club, so in all likelihood... Well, it could be an SNY, I guess. I was going to say BKB. It could be either.
I think BKB is the best.
You always say that.
Lion and Brew. It's enough to... Yeah. If the three other heroes have no BKB counters, then...
the camp and just dies. That is unfortunate.
Yeah, well, they don't have so good vision. I think that's been one of the key parts of this game for MVP's success, is that they've controlled the map better. They've taken towers like they should. They still have their tier 1 mid, by the way. They're even on towers. Aoi has managed to, or EG rather, has managed to claim 3 towers. The tier 2 top is gone, but they've traded their 3 tier 1s for it. So overall, a fairly even trade across the map, but I also want to say there's no pressure on EG to accomplish it, as Fear is going to get global. He's under a sentry, get really low! Oh, the last attack doesn't even get out of the sentry ward.
Shadow right going to bring him back to basically full HP. He might come back. Troll Warlord in the meantime, taking the initiation from Universe like a man. He's just going to pursue him. Just like all game, he's like, I don't give a fuck. I'm just chasing that dude left, right, and center. Universe gets mech'd up and sent back by Aoi, who's cockblocked by his own Wild Wing Rippers, but he's good to go. Shadow Shaman picks up a Hex. By that, I mean a Blink Dagger.
If he had a Hex now, that would be pretty good.
Instant Hex available to him.
QO is just...
Yeah,
he's toying with them. Like, he knew X was going to blink for him, and he still waited. Let him blink and then blinked himself, just to annoy him.
Died right here.
Oh, okay. It had 0 value, though.
Yeah, Fear killed it. Must have been Shadowbladed at the time.
I'm not quite sure what it was.
Is that like a one-shot for him?
Yes.
When he Shadowbladed?
Yeah.
That's nice. That is real nice to have, I tell you what. Tier 1 tower in quite a bit of peril. As a Hellbear Smasher and company will attempt to push it down, but MVP wants to come in. Universe blinks in that newly
instant Hex on Sumail!
And the Omni Slash is going to take him out, no problem. Sumail, Primal Split available too. He's going to pop it. PPD extremely low, going to back out. These tornadoes are doing decent damage overall. Blade Fury popped by Juggernaut. He has a healing ward up, so he's going to keep shooting himself and Troll in decent amount of shape. March trying to take out Aoi 2000. He's just going to get right-clicked and impaled by PPD at the last second. At the moment, Forev on the run, has Mask Command in 2 seconds. He needs movement speed. It's not going to be enough. The Pounce finishes his fate. Triple kill for Sumail in the moment. Puts the Drunken Brawler, and by that I mean Haze. I always say Drunken Brawler. I don't know why. It's Drunken. That's all you need to know. He's trying to dodge the Pounce. Doesn't really need to with the backup from Troll.
Those triple tornadoes, we were talking about it, how useful they were. Or how little useful we thought they were. They've been really good in the last 2 teams.
How have I been saying they're not useful? They're amazing.
No, we were talking about he should replace maybe something with other creeps, but the triple tornado in this fight...
I said he should get 4 Wild Wing Rippers.
Oh, and you were serious about it.
I'm not... Yeah, I was not being
sarcastic. It sounded sarcastic.
No, I love them.
Yeah, they were really good in that fight too. As long as the fight is static and lasts that long, they actually counter out the healing ward. I also think Forev in that fight used the healing ward a little bit too late. It's difficult to do with Juggernaut, because ideally you cast it when some of your heroes are starting to lose health, but he cast it so late that it didn't help Shadow Shaman. You want to use the healing ward right when the fight starts, but if you have to go in and use Omni Slash in the moment, then you don't have time to cast it. So, a little bit of a tricky situation, and they do lose the fight. However, Roche looks like it's going to be going their way.
That aren't attacking.
Oh yeah, they can't.
So losing.
I've never seen that before, actually. What the hell?
I don't know how they split like that. That's quite a lot. But it's not going to matter. They're going to take him out with...
Okay, so imagine if they lost this Roche fight, and Roche was on like 5% HP. They're going to watch the replay. They're going to... they're going to be upset. But there we go. It's going to go down again. QO gets the Aegis.
Why would they need to watch the replay to get upset? They'd be upset on the spot. Aoi continues to use his Hellbear Smasher. I really want to see the 4 Wild Wings. Maybe get a Helmet Dominator as well. Get a 5th. Why not? Are there any available in this forest? Yes, there's one. Oh, please. Sheen, don't kill these. I'm begging you. He's just going to kill the rune. Okay, that's a good sign.
Good, clean boy.
I don't know what it is about Chen. He's not fun to play for me at all. He's fun to watch,
middle tower
especially in capable hands. It's not always fun to watch, but in capable hands, it's pretty entertaining. And AOI is pretty much top of the list in that department.
I think he misclicked.
What?
He has ulti level 1.
Oh, you're right.
I was considering if it was a choice he made on purpose because he doesn't have the mana to support it, but he has Arcane Boots and Force Staff, so I would definitely say this must have been a misclick. The second point of penitence is not as valuable as the second point ahead of God.
So it's 100 less HP he's going to give to his teammates.
Yeah, and a longer cooldown.
Slark picks up the Scotty.
He's looking good.
Right now he's second in net worth, only behind Sumail, who has somehow come back into this game.
Yeah, considering how the laning stage went for EG, they should be really happy with a 2k gold lead that they're holding on to right now. XP is pretty much dead even. But
I think the biggest deal for MVP, Cinder, is that Troll, I feel like he should be farming way better than he is currently. He's 4th on the list. He was like 6th earlier. He should be top 3.
Yeah,
especially with how much space he's had this whole game.
And 2 Aegis as well, right?
Yeah.
So I would agree with that, and I also think the keyword for them is farm. They're gonna brute force this tier 2 tower as it looks. I don't think they need to make this kind of plays. If they just keep farming up their cores, they should be looking good in the late game against EG, who, yes, they have an extremely farmed Slark, who is the top of the net worth together with Brew, but Brew will ultimately fall off as he always does.
Tornado action and bottom lane fortifications pop. Serpent wards are placed. Here trying to split push in the top lane. He doesn't really do that much damage, though. There's going to be a TP back for Juggernaut as they can take out the tier 2.
This triple tornado out-damages a level 4 healing orb. Unbelievable.
What is that a 4% per second?
5% per second.
That's 5%. Oh, wow.
It's insane.
Even better. Fear's just sitting at top lane. I mean, he's getting free farm, essentially, by pushing this lane. Is that a Manta style? Good job. Okay. So Manta style... what does that take off, exactly?
You can break out of...
What does it do with Pounce? I don't think it does anything with Pounce, right?
I'm wondering if you get lucky, if you're in the max range of the latch, and you Manta, that you can maybe break out of the area. But I'm actually not completely sure about that interaction. Apart from that, he can break out of, I guess, Battle Hunger. But
are you sure?
I
know for a fact that
Battle Hunger became purgeable, right?
That's true.
So
yes,
I would think it breaks, but I'm not sure.
Yeah, you're probably right.
There's still some interactions.
Battle Hunger just got trashy.
But he's not getting it for that. I think he's just getting it as a reliable damage source. The stats are really good. It allows him to split push with the illusions. Probably the choice. Oh, what did he lose? He lost a Ripper.
He did. The Ripper's gone. He needs more.
He should just stack his camp so there's always a Ripper somewhere.
I know. He's going to take the Troll, so there's going to be a little bit of variety, but us as casters are not going to be happy with that.
You know what MVP should have done?
What?
They should have got more than 1 Midas. They only have 1 in Silencer. If they had more than that 1 Midas, they could have just removed that Zoo.
Yeah.
I think a couple of times.
That's a good point.
And I think it's actually... A lot of the time, people focus so much on Midas efficiency and using it whenever it's off cooldown. I think for Heen, it could be more valuable to keep it for the fight and get rid of one of the key creeps.
What has changed for Chen creeps?
Right now, he's going to get one out. Oh, she's going to minus 1. Took the tomato. I'm surprised he didn't choose a Walkin, to be honest. But what got changed with...
What are you talking about? Are you talking about the Midas usage?
Yeah.
Okay. Chen's creeps, you can't take them out with Hamel the Dominator anymore, right? That doesn't include Midas, though.
I think so.
Sumail? Well, Kyo got a little bit too aggressive. There's nobody even near him. But look at this.
Universe
He just
failed
scared off. Did he double-click the blink or something?
No, he never cast it. He just called the ground.
Oh. Probably the blink blug. The blink blug.
Yeah.
Blink bug, guys.
That's
correct
me if I'm wrong. That still exists, right?
I'm not sure.
Because I've had it happen to me in games.
People
are just calling me out and are like, no, you just didn't turn enough to cast your blink. But I see pro players do it regularly, which I feel like in the past just never happened. We've seen it 3 times this event so far, I think. Failed blinks that are generally not the case. It just
every
seems like
blink
sometimes
I
it
threw up
doesn't cast.
that bug. Just remember
Every single one, yeah. Okay, so anyway, to finish off on the whole Midas thing, if they had more than one Midas, they might be able to, but it's kind of difficult to get to the Wild Wings half the time. Oh, this, yeah, that's the...
Half the time, they're dead. Oh, no!
Yeah, Aoi overextended the creeps there, and MVP were ready for it.
That's basically more important than his hero at this point, is those Wild Wing Rippers.
Yeah. And it's going to take a while to get creeps again. Oh, fear.
Oh boy, QO gets initiated on fire.
Rep gets a perfect ulti.
Omni-Slash goes off, PPD taking a lot of damage. Omni-Slash is still going, but they're going to get the kill regardless. Control drops to the deck. Red pops right here to get out of the pounce. And Finger of Death from across the map essentially takes him out. That's 4 dead just like that. Where did Silencer die? He died in the enemy jungle. I have no idea what happened.
So did Shadow Shine.
Yeah, that was a beginning as well. So he was in the same
They were
spot.
just completely spread out, and EG got the way better trade. I think Jugger would have lived there, but I'm pretty sure he forgot about hotkey to put the TP on because he was spinning, and then it looked like he wanted to TP, and then, oh shit, it's too late, now I'm going to try to run. So that was a pretty costly bet. If EG are going to get barracks like this, that comes out of nowhere. They're even going to jump in on Large, who exposed himself. Easy kill, buyback control. He's going to get next. Oh my goodness, they're going to just lose the game like this.
Oh man. Brewmaster had double damage for the entirety of that fight, which means he didn't even have to use Primal Split, and now that he's used it, March bot back, if they can get this kill somehow, which I doubt, that would be enormous, but they still might be able to get racks regardless. Fear takes a Viper Strike, Serpent Wards are used defensively, but there's the ult from Fear. He's going to go into March. This is going to be a complete dieback for the Viper. Sumail evading some damage thanks to that Drunken Brawler. Looks like he's going to be the lone casualty for EG. They aren't able to secure racks, but they got some major kills.
This was easily the biggest fight of the game, what happened right here. EG must have gained it. Look at the... Oh my god, the graph.
I don't want to look. I don't want to look.
Radiant's
the gold is
bottom
even worse.
tower is under attack.
Oh!
That's pretty huge. They got...
MVP, I thought they were going to snowball this game.
Yeah, they were looking really good, and then this mistake they just made was so huge. That cost them 10,000 gold what they did right there. And now all of a sudden EG are really in the driver's seat. They can get another key item on Axe. He can afford a BKB now, or an Aghanims if he wants. Chen has 5,000 gold. What?
I told you he'd get Ags.
Yeah, he could buy that now if he wants. What did he have on the other heroes? Lion, 1,400. There's the BKB for Axe. I agree with that choice.
And the funny thing is, the Roches have been essentially uncontested, yet they haven't really done much for MVP. Like the Aegises, they've been used every single time, but it hasn't really turned into anything special.
No.
And that's unfortunate for a team that is somewhat reliant on... I mean, their dire sides have a slight advantage, and PPD is just going to take out these illusions with no problem.
I'm honestly still puzzled when I look at the two lineups against each other in a 30-minute game and what items they have. I just feel like MVP should be winning these fights. Like, just looking at what potential their lineups have, but EG are just... They have a better decision-making. They initiate correctly, they get their key abilities off at the right times, and Fear has been doing really well on Slark, not getting caught out at all, waiting for the right moment to strike and getting in on the right targets. He finds the easy pickoffs first, and then when he sees a moment, he goes on the tanky course. But he doesn't need to do anything else than kill the Shadow Shaman, basically, in the start of the fight.
Damn it, Aoi. You went 4 staff.
No, he already had that.
Wait, what's on the courier then?
Hex, almost.
Oh, wow. Okay. Well, if you're going to go for big boy items, I guess that's correct. But it's less fun when you don't have a giant ancient leading the way for your team. It's just hilarious. It's like seriously a big teddy bear. It's a big marshmallow. He doesn't do anything other than give health to his teammates. So we're trying to test a Faye.
Back in base.
Uh-oh. Silencer. Use Global Silence and just dies right off the bat. Ryzen.
Oh, they get the Hex.
Fear, Omni-Slash directly on him. Dust is using everything. If they can't get this kill, but they will. 1-for-1 exchange. And away EG goes. TP out for Sumail. They know they can't fight anymore without that.
That's TPD. He's... Oh, whoa, what?
That's a salty miss right there. That's the lag. It's the cog.
He might still live, though.
He has blink up, and he... That was close.
Really, really close. So yeah, EG, they lose their Slark. Fortunately for EG, this is a long Roche respawn, else they would have lost Roche again. But there should be time for Fear to come back, unless if they're right in the pit when he spawns, they might be able to kill him instantly. 50 seconds, what's the respawn time on Roche look like? That is about 30. So yeah, if MVP realize this, they will be able to claim.
I haven't alluded to there, but it's not the pop.
Yep. They could send in a Juggernaut Manta.
Yeah.
Or maybe just run him in and check. But if he does that right now, they're going to miss the opportunity. Okay, they're going to go... Oh my god. If they don't stay here now... Oh no.
Yeah, this is...
Oh boy.
I mean, it's getting
okay,
close
he's
to
standing.
being max time anyway, so...
Forever's running out. Troll is going to check.
Yeah,
Troll's in like he's in disbelief. There is no way Roche is not spawning. Come on.
This is close to max time.
Oh, I thought he was going to run out again.
This would be so bad if he runs out right before. No, it's
all right. Here we go. So he's going to see it
Less than
spawn,
5
and they're going to flame it. 5 seconds on fear. Pretty unfortunate for EG that they're not going to be able to contest this one.
In? Oh, he has face boots. Doesn't matter. He trolled trap. I guess that actually makes sense. He trolled trap troll. Yeah. And Roshan's going to go down, but...
Is EG really going for this? This is such a scary play.
Pops the primal split. The Aegis is going to go the way of Troll Warlord, so this is all for naught. Unless they can win this fight decisively. They take out the Fire Panda extremely fast.
Well, Heen is out of position, though.
Yeah, they're going to find Heen, but there's the global silence yet again. See, that one was on the that's the thing is that does not want to use it, but there we go. Who they actually use it on? Troll getting a string. He's going to get the Aegis pop, Universe pop, PKB. Blade Fury on top of all this. Fear is back in the fray of things. He pounces up the cliff looking for perhaps to go for Ryzen.
Nice Sumail. Sumail is in trouble.
Several here. Sumail, he's stuck in the pit and he's going to drop dead. Global Silence just came off Golden. That's an Aghanim Scepter, by the way. So that's going to drain quite a bit of mana as PPD is going to be the one chased by Troll. That is a scary sight to see.
Well, he saw where the axe went, so he's going to find him.
He's not going to get him.
Make it.
And yeah, I think that's it. Fear survived, and PPD just barely.
Damn, that kill they found on Slark earlier turned out to be really important. Secure them a Roshan with Aegis and Cheese, which resulted in... they have that one on Troll as well. I think they passed it to him after he lost the Aegis. So they got the Roche. They got 3 kills.
Can you tell me why are they giving Aegis every time they troll? He's their least farmed core.
Because he's also their highest damage output core, I think. So when he goes in, EG will naturally try to focus him down. If he doesn't have the Aegis, they will take him down. And Juggernaut is, right now, essentially still his ultimate. He doesn't have enough other damage items to have a lot more than that. If you look at it, he has good base damage, but that's it, right? There's no really good bonus damage apart from his crits, which are certainly good, but not enough. So with Troll just running in, he will get focused out. If he has the Aegis, you saw it in that fight. EG knew he had the Aegis, but you can't ignore a Troll. He's going to blind your entire team. He's going to slow your entire team. Just keep doing it repeatedly unless you take him down. So I completely agree with giving him the Aegis. I think they should pretty much do it for the rest of the game, almost no matter what happens, unless he's completely full inventory.
Whoa.
Yeah, big item. That's what happened. Look at the graphs again. This is actually, what do you call that thing in English that you put over a teapot to keep it hot? That's what the XP graph is. That's the gold graph.
Well, you're talking about like on top of a kettle?
Yeah.
The teapot?
If you put something over a, what's that called? You know what I mean, right?
No, kind of. Like a little thing you bring up like that?
No, so if you have an entire teapot and you want to keep it warm, you will take something like a type, it's like sewed cloth that you put over it so that it's covered inside so the heat doesn't get out. That's what the XP graph is.
I'm American, I don't drink tea.
Look at the XP graph. You only looked at the gold graph. Okay, if you have no other imagination, it's it's the type of hat that EGM would wear. All right, move on.
Okay, thank you. Great analogy.
God damn it.
What the heck kind of hat does
Radiant's
EGM
top
wear?
tower is under attack.
The beanie.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's a tall beanie, I guess.
But that's for a teapot.
Radiant's structures
Yeah.
are fortified.
Yeah, that's...
Radiant's top tower is under
Okay, this one off track.
Here goes the tier 2.
Bye-bye, tier 2. He's going to
Radiant's
jump
top
and try to take out the
tower has
satyrs as
fallen.
well. Should be able to get one.
Ali's not calling them back. He has the ability ready.
Dyer's middle
And
barracks
it's
are
dead
under
now.
attack.
Gets bashed and down it goes.
Radiant's top
Fear.
tower is under
I
attack.
was thinking about going for mid lane, but there might be a little bit of engagement. Universe pops Blade in, but wasn't able to get Berserker's Call off in time. And Fierce Force back to the top lane where Serpent Wards were placed, dealing a decent amount of damage. And AUI does have the finished Sheep Stick. It's kind of funny the amount of items he has is only level 14. Like typically you see this much farm on somebody, like, okay, he's at like 17, 18 at least.
Yeah.
I mean, he's kind of under, I mean, he's been under from the whole game, but at least he's been getting the farm.
It's just It's the same with Naga, where sometimes you have ridiculous farm amounts on Naga and you're level 17. And it's just because all your farm is across the map with illusions and you don't get XP for it. It's the same story for Aoi. He's found a lot of gold, but it's been his creeps pushing lanes. And if you're not in the neighborhood, well, this is gonna be big. They found QO.
Global silence is
Yes,
popping.
cheese
Not
will
gonna
not
save
get it
Troll.
off.
BKB was there as well. Omni Slash directly on Q. This is a terrible target to have on because he can just heal to full health with pretty much no problem. He pops his ult. Bash applied to Juggernaut thanks to that skull bash that was picked up by Fear, and that's 2 dead just like that.
That's Elena Rex.
And that's going to be at least
okay,
a lane Rex.
PPD,
Rasta,
really aggressive.
Is he going to try to split push this? He can't get to the enemy base, unfortunately, so this is certain wards. Which are down for 45 seconds anyway. And that means he's not going to have buyback as a result of this. And in fact, let's look at everybody's buyback at the moment.
Yeah.
Dyer's middle barracks
could end
are
the
under
game.
attack.
Actually, this game is over if they continue mid.
I think they just go straight down.
Dyer's
Or they go
middle
the safe route.
barracks.
I mean,
they're gonna get us
Dyer's
another lane of
middle
racks as it
barracks
looks.
definitely safer this way. Because they don't know exactly what the buyback status is. You would assume that one of the 2 cores does that would buy back in this instance.
Dyer's top
They're going to take the tower. Yeah, it should be at least 2 lanes of
Dyer's
racks.
top tower has
And I'm not sure if they're going to go any further.
That was so important for EG that Troll didn't get the cheese off. I think that would have been a totally
Dyer's
different
top
fight.
barracks
He
has
got
fallen.
culled by Axe.
Right now, they can
Right.
Okay, they're going to do both. They're going to get 2 sets of racks.
Dyer's
the style point.
That's here,
are
4.
fortified.
Cliff is here. Troll's going to be up in 5 seconds, but
Dyer's middle
Juggernaut
tower
is
is
not.
under
And of course, Omnislash is still down.
Dyer's middle
And
tower has
do
fallen.
they actually go for the entire game? SNY just flying out. So there's a jump right from that. Ryzen, gets his circle moves down. He gets Cully Blade in the face. QO getting bashed by Fear. He can't even move. Down he goes. This is going to be GG March. Taking a stun from Primal Split, and that's 3 dead yet again. Juggernaut still not spawned. Doesn't matter. GG's called. EG is 2-0 to MVP's 1-0. I believe. Oh, it's 1-0. Have they played any of those? Okay.
Wow, this was not how I expected this game would end. And also not... Like, just going into this phase of the game, this is where MVP should start to take over, but they had a couple of mistakes, and a couple of times that they got picked off that really ended up costing them a lot. The Roche fight